Hello, welcome to Idiots Explain. I am Amanda.
I am also Amanda.
And this is a podcast where one of us tries to explain a topic that we like to the other. So, Picard, what are we on about this week?
Oh my god. Well, first of all, Grievous, thank you for taking me to a Ninja Sex Party concert.
You're welcome.
It was so bomb. And
It was
just like,
so good.
if you go back and listen to the old Ninja Sex Party episode, and you've listened to the past, it's like, I've never been to a concert before, so it was only right, again, for me to see Ninja Sex Party for my first one. So.
For sure. And also, Twerp was their opener.
Yeah.
Which I didn't really ever listen to Twerp.
Neither did I.
But now, I'm kind of low-key in love with
Okay. Electronica or whatever kind of music is not really my theme, but if you do that, I will fully support you. Okay, but... yeah.
What are we on about?
Grievous, you know I'm a physical person.
Yes.
You know I do enjoy the sporty competition type things in my life. I never really did any of them, except for softball, but I like them. Before there was the show of, let's say, American Ninja Warrior.
Are you going to talk about Wipeout?
No, I'm not going to talk about Wipeout. I'm not going to talk about Wipeout. I am going to talk about the 2008 to 2009, it only lasted 2 seasons, comeback of American Gladiators.
Oh! I know that show.
You know that show? Did you watch it?
I don't think I watched it, but I know of it.
Okay. American Gladiators, basically...
I feel like I've seen bits and pieces of it.
You probably have. I have the entirety of season 2 on my iTunes. I bought it. I bought all of it. It's, do you know the preference? Okay, well, even if you don't, I'll explain the preference for people who don't know.
Give them a rundown.
Okay, basically, American Gladiators was a competition show that was back in the 80s. Originally, it came out in 88, and then it ran through 97. What it is you have 2 guys and 2 girls competing against each other. You know, guys and girls, whatever. And they have to do these physical... Shut up, Gravis.
I'm picturing it, because I feel like the stuff I've seen of it was from the original 80s, 90s.
Okay, alright. It's probably going to be one of those things where as soon as you see it, it's going to be like, no, duh. And they have to go and do, like, these physical challenges. Sometimes it's like an obstacle course, or they have to press a random button, or they have to get from one side of some Sweeney Reens to another side of Sweeney Reens. For sure. Okay, here's the catch, though. They have to do it while being pursued, or beaten, or blocked, etc., or so forth, by these gladiators, by these muscle-bound men and women who are at, like, their peak physical perfection.
Right.
And, oh my god. And for some reason, it's like the competition already part of it. I am already just like, yeah, I freaking love this stuff. But then you bring in, like, these muscle-bound gods, practically.
And we all know you love some muscle-bound gods.
I do love some muscle-bound gods. Thor, baby. Yet again, everybody's in love with Chris Hemsworth. Honestly, if American Gladiators was around, I'm pretty sure Chris Hemsworth would make a guest appearance.
Yeah.
Probably not, because he's too big. Most of the gladiators are actually, like, they are actors.
Right.
Like, a lot of them are, like, stunt, like... Yeah. A lot of them are, like...
stunt people?
Stunt people. They're stunt doubles. And it's actually hosted...
So we get Chris Hemsworth's stunt double.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's actually hosted by Hulk Hogan.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's so wait, we have the brother.
The 2000s one?
Yeah, the 2008-2009 one is hosted by Hulk Hogan and Layla Ali, who's Muhammad Ali's daughter. And they just to have, like, those guys in it, especially with Hulk Hogan with his, hey brother, you're gonna do great out there, and oh, you know you're going up against what's so funny, Grievous?
I just want to take the recording of you doing Hulk Hogan and put it next to you trying to do Dog the Bounty Hunter and see how similar it is.
Well, if Dog the Bounty Hunter were to cut off part of his hair and just attach it to his mustache, attach it to his face, he would probably look a lot like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I feel like I said that in that episode.
Yeah, probably. Actually, you probably did.
Because he also says brother.
Brother. No. Hulk Hogan is brother, and Dog the Bounty Hunter is what's up, bruh? What's up, brother? Brother. Brother. What's up, brother?
There's no ER. There's just an A at the end.
How's it, brother? How's it, bruh?
Yeah.
It's all the kind, man. But just like, and Hulk Hogan's always there, like, flexing and whatever. And
I know Hulk Hogan.
Oh, where do you know Hulk Hogan from, my friend? Like, what is your Hulk
He had a reality show.
Because of course he freaking did.
No, yeah, the Hogan family had a whole reality show and I used to watch it.
Oh my god. And then it's so funny, like, right next to Hulk Hogan is Layla Ali in, like, she has this presence about her of, like, she's like this, she's beauty, she's grace, she'll punch you in the fucking face, man. Right. But, so, they were really cool, and this was one of those shows where it's like, originally, my parents, I didn't know it existed. I had no idea. And it came out in 2008, so we were in, like, middle school. We were in, like, I think we were, like, 7th, doesn't matter, middle school, 8th grade.
We're about 8th grade.
Yeah, we'll just say 8th grade.
8th, 9th.
And my parents, I guess, saw that it was coming back to TV, and them having grown up in the 80s, they knew what American Gladiators was. And they're like, Amanda, Austin, my brother, sit down. You're gonna watch something tonight. And I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, what is it? It's called American Gladiators. I'm like, okay. I was freaking hooked, man. I was so hooked. It was one of the, it showed on Monday nights at 8:00.
Okay.
We always went grocery shopping on Monday nights. And for some reason we would go with my mom. We just, I don't know, she was too afraid to leave us in the house still. I don't know. Or something. I don't know. We just went. And it would be one of those things where I would be checking the time constantly, be like, Mom, we gotta get home. We gotta hurry this up. We have an hour before American Gladiator starts. And it's like, we would, sometimes
Did you cry when it ended?
Here's the thing. I didn't cry, but
you were just very disappointed.
Well, I expected it to come back. I was so disappointed when it was kind of around the time where it's like, okay, when American Gladiator should be coming back now. When is it coming back?
Right.
But then it's like what was in its slot was like the Country Music Awards or something. And I was just like, I don't understand. The website, I went on the website. I played the games on the website, man. I knew all the gladiators' names. I'll get into those guys in a second. Okay. Especially my favorites, because I have such a hard time. But it was just one of those things where it's like, okay, they say they're coming back. You know, congratulations to the new gladiators. And in the first season, the winners, the man and woman winners, they actually got to go on to become gladiators.
Ooh, heck.
Yeah, it was so cool. Especially Rocket, because, like, he fucking...
The raccoon?
No. Maybe. Could be. But it's like, the guy Rocket is like, he won, not because he was the strongest or whatever, but because he was a freaking fast man.
Oh, yeah.
And he, like, I mean, there's, like, 100-foot wall or whatever. Because sometimes people are like, oh, like, if you've ever climbed a wall before, you know it's hard. Guy freaking flew up. That's why they called him Rocket. But I was like, okay, these are the winners. It's like, okay, when are we getting it back? And I would check the website constantly, like, when's it coming back? When's season 3? And slowly, as time went on, I realized that American Gladiators isn't coming back. Aww. It was just like a slow death. But it was just...
We were just young and naive.
I was young and naive. I was in middle school. Everybody's dumb and naive in
Well, 28 to 29. We're going in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, 28, 29.
29. What future are you from, good miss? But it would be one of those things where it was like, it was 7:59. We just got in. I would jump out of the car, open the back door, and if it was locked, I'd run to my mom and be like, Mom, throw me the keys! And I would go in, I would slide. I think I actually slid a couple times onto the TV. Because I had...
Onto the TV?
Yeah, right onto the TV, through everything. We went through at least 5 TVs. No. And I had already, like, preset the channel.
Right.
So I flew in, I slid on the carpet, I pushed the power button, and right there is, like...
The Country Music Awards.
Not yet. And then it was like... Now presenting American Gladiators. I'd be like, oh, we've made it. They would have the crowd cheering in the stands with their signs, and I was always like, one day, I will be in those stands cheering on the gladiators.
Chewing on them?
Chewing on the, well...
Chewing on their legs.
I don't know, they have muscles to spare. There's this one guy named Justice or whatever. They had this one guy who was literally like 7 feet tall, 300 pounds. Yeah. He was, actually his name was Beast, so it's like, he was literally a beast. Yeah. But it was just to see, like, the, I feel like I'm about as pumped as I was for Krav. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I feel like maybe a little more.
I don't know. Well,
because Krav was a lot of, like,
oh, I miss it. But this one's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because, like, you would have, like, these people who are already, like, going against obstacles.
Right.
And, like, who are very physically fit. And, of course, like, they've overcome challenges, and they had themes of whatever, like, cop against cop, or the biggest loser. Like, these people lost 200 pounds, or whatever.
Right.
Bravo to all you people. But just to have these, it's just like, you're going up against Titan! And here it would be like, Titan's a fucking poser, or whatever, with his big-ass muscles and his he looked like Captain America, if Captain America was a poser. But my favorite gladiator was Wolf.
Okay, describe. Paint me a word picture.
Paint you a word picture. I could just look him up, but
no, I want a word picture.
You want a tapestry? Okay. Imagine, I believe he was like 6'2".
Okay.
Relatively bulky.
Okay.
Like, he was just like a man. And he kind of looked like he walked out of the woods a little bit.
Okay.
Kind of like that goatee and kind of that rough jugged edge.
Mm-hmm.
I think he put he had like
like
enlarged
fake.
Yeah, like fake fangs, which bless. And he had
this some late aught shit.
Yeah, and he had this long flowing hair. Not Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
There's no mullet. It just like, it was a mane. And it was every time Wolf walked on, I was just like, yeah, Wolf! And because it would always be like, and you're going up against Wolf! And he'd walk out and all of a sudden, oh! And he would howl, and I was always like,
was it a good howl? Was it believable?
Yeah.
Good.
It wasn't like, arr, it was like, oh! Ladies and gentlemen, that is my Wolf impression.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, but it's just, and there were a lot of other gladiators that I liked too. Some of them kind of blended together. There was this one guy called Toa, who was like, who was actually like a Samoan guy, and and I remember the first time you ever saw him in like the first episode, he actually like did a haka. So he came out and he was like, kamate kura liki pakata huru katata. I mean, he was like slapping his thumbs, and I'm just like, yeah, Toa!
I'm talking about.
And it's like, there were female gladiators too.
Yeah.
I usually get attached more to the men. That's just who I am.
That's just you like those baddies.
I do like those baddies. There's one gladiator named Crush, who was
a turtle?
Yes. Yeah, dude. No, I mean, like, if you look at her thighs, she could crush your head with those thighs.
Good. That's what I'm talking about.
Have you seen Deadpool? Did you ever watch Deadpool?
I saw the original, the first one.
The first one? Okay. Do you know the main villain, Ajax?
Yes.
Okay. You remember his right-hand gal?
I think so.
Kind of like short black hair, really muscular. That's her.
Oh, bless.
So she's a gladiator. Which is really, and that's like really cool. But I think my favorite was Phoenix, strictly because she kind of she would fly a little bit. Like the first time, like whenever she would come in for the first time in the season, she always like flew in with wings. But honestly, her hair was pink.
Oh, okay. When you say flew in, she was
just like it was just kind of like, here's flames and here she comes, and then she lands gracefully for the camera.
Yeah.
Oh God, I love them. And they also had a really good announcer too. Really good announcer voice. Yeah, and like some of the games, like there was one called the Gauntlet where you would start at one end and have to make your way to the other, but you have 4 gladiators in the middle with pads and whatever trying to block your way. And sometimes people got freaking into it. And when I say into it, I mean they actually like kind of hurt the gladiators sometimes.
Oh, good.
Only happened like a couple times, but usually those people were absolute dicks. Like there's this one guy in season 2. I can probably find the episode.
That was just there to like bloody up some people.
He's just like, He's
there for blood.
He was there for blood, actually. I think he drew blood out of somebody. My poor Wolf. I don't remember.
He drew it? He took a needle?
Yeah, absolutely.
Took it carefully in.
Just sleep. Just sleep. And because, like...
It's okay.
Well, and the prize money was $100,000.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so if you want the money...
Yeah.
You got it. And they would usually play about 4 games, and they would earn points. Sometimes if you hit the button, you would get 2 points, or you would get 10 points. Sometimes it was like throw a ball into a basket as the gladiators try to block you, as you were catapulted into the air. But it's like fucking intense because the games are only like 2 minutes. And so it's like, go, 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 go. As these gods are like coming at you and just like, boom. It's like, that looks easy. That shit ain't fucking
gods.
easy.
I think it'd be more, since they're gladiators, I would picture more like Spartan.
We'll go with Spartan. Spartan works.
Because I feel like that's more of a warrior, like a...
Spartans, tonight we dine in hell! But eventually, like, those points would lead up to how much of a head start you have in the kind of...
The finale.
The finale one, which was called the Eliminator.
Right.
original name.
Apropos.
Yeah. But there were no gladiators in that one. It was just an obstacle course. Usually it would involve, like, kind of a Ninja Warrior style. Like, there were, like, the handlebars that are, like, suspended over nothing that you have to, like, wheel yourself across. And there was, like, you had to swim, I think, at some point. You did have to swim at some point. Whatever. But the funny thing was, it usually wasn't the biggest and the strongest who won. It was the quickest.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because if you can't get somewhere quickly, you're gone. Like, if you can't outrun the gladiators...
Yeah.
If you can't be the fastest, then you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
It's a timing thing.
Yeah, and there's no, like, strength competition. Sure, there's, like, some games where it's, like, you have to push your way through, and if you're big, it helps. But if you have to, like, climb the wall, and you fly up those things, it's like, you're gonna leave that gladiator in the dust, and you're gonna smack that bucket. The bucket. You're gonna kick the bucket. I love that shit. It's good shit.
You love high intense.
I love high intense, like, go. Yeah. It's kind of like, it's like where Wipeout is, like, for humor and for giggles.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of almost American Ninja Warrior.
It's like the sweet middle middle point of the two.
It's like if you took American Ninja Warrior and you threw, like, some beefy-ass guys, some Spartans into the mix.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's what I was picturing.
Yeah.
So do you want to take a
Grievous,
break?
I would absolutely love to show
me
you
some...
maybe parts of an episode or whatever.
Parts of an episode.
Forgive me if I get fucking pumped.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right. Let's go to the Gladiator Arena! Woo! Alright, Grievous, I just showed you some of the most intense gladiator combat in this century. What are you thinking? Brother? I'm sorry, I forgot the brother in there. How you feeling, brother? Sister? Whatever.
It's pretty chill. It's one of those things, like, if it's on the TV, I would probably watch it with someone, but I could not, like, binge it. Like, I could not watch episode after episode.
I feel ya.
Yeah. Like, I think I mentioned this in our last episode. I get stressed out pretty easily.
And with that, just, like, the competition and just, like, oh, it's like, oh, they have 1 minute remaining. Oh, it's this. Yeah. Oh, here comes Wolf and whatever.
But it's also, I hate people trying to talk about themselves, like, pump their character up.
Oh, yeah, man, I'm on fire, man.
Oh, my God. I hate it. I hate that shit.
We watch,
I don't know if you could visibly see me want to run.
Okay, if anybody ever has an inkling to go and watch it, I showed her the first episode of season 2. One of the guys is like SWAT or whatever, and there was this one part where he's like, they were playing a game called Hang Tough. It was Hang Tough. Basically rains, and if they fall into the water below or whatever, they lose. But he was like, well, I'll tell you one thing, in the Marine Corps, we say this one thing that I can't remember, and my son really likes Lord of the Rings, and this is my Lord of the Rings. It's like, time out. What?
It's like that shit, but also, like, when Hulk Hogan's, like, interviewing them, and they're like, well, yeah, like, I'm just gonna try. I'm like, shut up!
It's like, well, it's not the dog in the fight, it's the fight of the dog or whatever.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that part is a little kind of incredibly cheesy. What'd you think of my precious baby wolf?
Oh no, he seems like a fun guy.
He just seems like if you look his.
You know who he reminds me of?
Do tell me.
Low-key, like Jason Momoa.
Okay. If Jason Momoa and Dog the Bounty Hunter were to come together, it's like he's like Dog the Bounty Hunter's younger, buffer, more charismatic brother. Not brother, but brother. Like,
right.
Yeah. But it's just, he's such a, I love
he's
Wolf.
A carn.
Every time Wolf showed up, I'm just like, oh my God, it's fucking Wolf. And then there was Titan.
Oh, I fucking hate Titan. He's like a buff, blonde twink.
version of Captain America.
You keep comparing him to Captain America, I think because he's like a buff, blonde, blue-eyed guy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really compare him to like Captain America. Mostly because I think that's a disservice to Chris Evans.
I feel you.
I feel offended on Chris Evans' behalf.
Yeah.
Because I hate him.
I think we're
Titan, not Chris Evans.
Yeah, no, I feel like with Titan, it's like where most of those guys are like buff for strength's sake.
Yeah.
Where like some of those guys are stunt doubles. Titan is a bodybuilder.
Yeah, like you can tell he's so into himself.
You think?
Yeah, but like you can tell it was born out of the 80s.
Yeah.
Like in that intro, and like just the atmosphere of it has such like a strong 80s vibe, even though that was the one from like 2008, 2009.
Now that you say that, I feel you.
Yeah, it makes so much sense that you love it, because you fucking love the 80s.
I love 80s shit. I love...
And then like clicking into place, you're like, oh my god.
Now I understand why I love the show so much. And then, honestly, I think my least favorite I think my least favorite Gladiator, honestly, just because it's like so stereotyped, is like Helga.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like this big buff girl, which I don't have a problem with.
Yeah.
But then they give her blonde braids, and it's like, she's Helga. It's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And she's the only one that really has that kind of character.
Yeah. You might as well have called her Brunhilde just for like she's buff and she's from this feed. She's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I think her name's like Robin or something. But I don't know. It's like all these other the women gladiators are like Siren, Venom, Jet, Crush.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
and Helga.
Yeah.
Do you know why it was canceled? Did you ever look into why?
Oh, I'm assuming it was because ratings were down or something.
Because like you said, you showed me episode 1 of season 2.
Yeah.
And they talked about how successful season 1 was.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting why it would be canceled after 2 seasons. Especially because like in America, I feel like shows go on for so long even if they're not super successful.
And there's like, yeah, there's like American Ninja Warrior, which is going on there, insert season number here, which is going, but I think they've been on for at least like 3 seasons. I don't know. And it might be the quote unquote like corny, like kind of the corniness of it, like, oh man, yeah, we're so pumped or whatever.
I feel it.
I don't, but kind of looking back on that eliminator, it's, I mean, not saying it's an easy obstacle course. Some of that shit is so.
But compared to like Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, but in Ninja Warrior, they're not really racing each other. I mean, they're trying to make time, but they're not racing up against each other. They're not going right next to each other. They are proving their strength in the arena. Yeah. The eliminator, it's just trying to place somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, some of that shit's hard, but.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, man. I miss it though.
For sure.
I really wish they would bring it back.
Do you know if it was on at the same time as Ninja Warrior or Wipeout? I feel like we need to do some research. Because I am very curious now.
Okay.
Because it would make sense if, like, one of those 2 was on at the same time and they were just doing better.
Oh my god, Ninja Warriors has 10 seasons.
Yeah.
Original release, December 12th, 2009.
But
Okay, then that's probably what happened. They probably were like, okay, American Gladiators isn't really doing so hot.
Ratings are dropping, people are complaining about the corniness, let's get to the meat.
Yeah, and it's like NBC, and I want to say American Gladiators was on NBC, so it's like they
exchanged.
Yeah, they upped it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like the games, and I really like the fact that they are going up against these gladiators, these professional.
Yeah.
Because these are guys with like everyday lives or whatever, but then you put them up against these intimidating beings.
Yeah.
Intimidating beings.
Beef boys.
I've called them everything but gladiators.
These beefy boys.
These beefy boys and girls. I don't know. All I know is that 13, 14-year-old me freaking loved it.
Yeah.
It was, like I said, I would slide in and be like, we need to get home and watch American Gladiators.
Yeah.
And I played the games on the website.
What were the games?
It was just like, it was like crappy, not Flash games, but it was like The Wall and like The Eliminator, but it was but it was like crappy like 2008 games.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember like
the Disney Channel games?
Like addicting games kind of games. I mean, they weren't that good, and I only played them like once. But that's how into I was. I was on there all the time, like, when's the next season coming out? Yeah. And I was denied. And now we have Wipeout and American Ninja Warrior.
Did you ever watch Ninja Warrior?
I've never sat down and watched it. The only times I've ever really watched American Ninja Warrior is for that one chick. I forget her name, but she is a stunt double for Supergirl.
Okay.
And have you seen these videos?
No.
This girl is nuts. She is so freaking strong. And I mean, not only does she beat like all the women's times, she beats the men's times. She takes all of these stunts and she fucking nails them. It's like she is Supergirl.
Oh yeah,
that girl. Yeah,
I've seen her.
Yeah, she nails that bitch.
Good.
So hard. But in closing,
yes,
I love American Gladiators.
It's fun.
I wish they would bring it back. I love Wolf so much. It might be the
Wolf,
hair.
baby boy,
give
her a shot. Like,
but in closing thoughts, what did you think? Fun show. I know, like fun show.
It was a fun show. Like, if it was on TV, I'd totally watch it with people. Again, those kind of shows aren't really my jam. Mm-hmm. But, like, that's a fun one. Like, I get why you're so into it.
Yeah, the vibe is just pure. It's fun.
Because it gives you people that you have feelings about. Like, I fucking saw Titan. I'm like, I hate that bitch. I saw Jay, one of the contestants. I was like, I hope he loses.
Yeah, but then you pick out your favorite gladiators. Like besides Wolf, I like
Toa was cool. I like
Rocket. I love Toa. And then there are the people who like you don't care about. Like I couldn't really care about Militia. I couldn't care about Venom. I couldn't care about a lot of them. But then the ones that stick out, and when you see them up on the set, it's just like But honestly, I think what comes down to is it's fun.
Yeah, it's a fun show.
Right up until there's some asshole who's taking it too seriously and like punches one of the gladiators in the face, and the gladiators then freaking hate them and are out for blood. Oh, sometimes it works in their advantage. Sometimes the gladiator falls into the water and the contestant swings away for 10 points. It happens, but just to see the anger and the frustration and the blood and the death in their eyes, it's magic. So in summary, American Gladiators.
Go give it a watch.
Yeah, go give it a watch. I watched it on iTunes. That might be the only place where you can watch it now, but wherever you can watch it.
You can probably find clips on YouTube.
Yeah, you probably can. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun if you've got nothing else better to do and you like American If you like American Ninja Warrior, go watch American Gladiators just for the fun of it. But no, that's actually all I have to. That's all I got.
Thank you. And thank you for listening.
Yeah.
You can find us on our socials: YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, It Explained. You can also follow us on Twitter at _explain. We post updates there.
We do.
And if you ever want to say anything to us, that would be the place to do it.
Yeah, that would be the place to do it. If you have any recommendations for us, maybe something that you would like us to check out or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe we'll make an episode about it, like us checking it out.
For sure, like if we know it and we're like, oh wait, that's a great idea.
Yeah, we'll check it out. I don't know, maybe we'll have a new episode idea or whatever.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!
Bye!